Hello fans, welcome to Punch Movies. Today we will talk about the movie Clash of the Titans. Kindly subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell if you like this video. Warning. Spoilers. The story is set in the Greek city of Argos, where war breaks out between humans and gods. Brothers Zeus, Poseidon and Hades who fought the Titans long ago. Hades provided the means to defeat the Titans with his creation, the Kraken. After the Titans' defeat, Zeus created and ruled humans while Poseidon ruled the seas, but was tricked by Zeus. Hades was forced to rule the underworld. While Zeus and Poseidon derive their strength from people's prayers, Hades learns another way: fear. A fisherman named Spiros finds a floating coffin in which he discovers baby Perseus and his dead mother Danae. Spiros decided to raise Perseus as his own. Years later, while Perseus and his family are out fishing, a group of Argive soldiers destroy a statue of Zeus in a declaration of war on the gods. Hades appears and orders the Harpies to slaughter the soldiers before destroying Perseus' family's fishing boat himself. Perseus tries to save his family, but to no avail. The surviving soldiers take Perseus back to Argos. During a feast of returning soldiers, King Cepheus and Queen Cassiopeia of Argos compare themselves and the daughter Andromeda to gods. After Hades persuades his brother to release humanity to punish Argos for his hubris, Hades appears at court and kills the remaining soldiers while Perseus is unaffected, revealing that Perseus is the demigod son of Zeus. Causing Cassiopeia to age and die, Hades threatens to destroy Argos in 10 days unless Princess Andromeda is sacrificed to the Kraken. The messenger god Hermes approaches Zeus on Mount Olympus and reveals the whereabouts of his son Perseus. Hermes offers to provide Perseus with shelter, but Zeus declares that he should leave him to his fate along with the other unbelievers. After being imprisoned, the king asks for Perseus' help. Perseus refuses until he meets a woman who never ages as punishment for not being tempted by God. Io reveals that Perseus' conception was a punishment imposed by Zeus on Acrisius, the former king of Argos who had been married to Danae, for his actions towards the gods. As Acrisius was about to leave Danae and her baby Perseus floating in the coffin, an enraged Zeus struck Acrisius with a bolt of lightning, injuring him badly. After learning that he can take revenge on Hades by killing the Kraken, Perseus agrees to help him. He and the best soldiers of Argos go in search of the Witch of Stygia, followed by his 2 Persian monsters named Ixis and Kuchuk. He is a hunter. To counter this course of events, Hades hires Acrisius, now called Calibos, to kill Perseus. Hades imbues Calibos with superhuman strength. In the woods, Perseus and his men discover an Olympus-forged sword that only gains power when Perseus wields it. While away from the group, Perseus encounters Pegasus, the sacred herd of Zeus' flying horses. Calibos attacks the group and attempts to assassinate Perseus, killing several soldiers in the process, but Calibos fails and loses his hand before escaping. However, Calibos' blood forms a giant scorpion out of the sand and attacks Perseus and his party. Surrounded by monsters, they are rescued by the Jinn, a band of once human desert sorcerers who have replaced their earthly flesh with ash and dark magic. Mystical beings can hypnotize a Scorpio into submission. Before Perseus' wound healed, Sheikh, leader of the Jinns, was not trusted. Suleiman joins Perseus' group. Jinn wishes to see the gods' desire to destroy thwarted. The heroes arrive at the Garden of Stygia, where Gorgon learns from the Witch of Stygia that the head of Medusa can kill the Kraken, but Perseus and his party die in the process. After saying goodbye to witches and hunters, Perseus was visited by Zeus and offered to go into exile on Mount Olympus, but he refused. In exchange, Zeus gives him a golden drachma. Perseus later learned that it was a means of bribing Charon to cross into the underworld. While Io is outside Medusa's lair due to a spell that forbids women from entering, Perseus' remaining soldiers fight hard to survive, but are turned to stone one by the gaze. With Suleiman's self-destruction and Draco's sacrifice, Perseus managed to decapitate Medusa and her stumbled body fell into the fire. Perseus battles Calibos and kills him with the sword of Olympus, transforming him back into human form Acrisius. With the last breath of Hades' power leaving him, Perseus tells Perseus never to become a god. Perseus stayed with the dying Io until he went on ahead, returning to Argos with the head of Medusa on board Pegasus, and some of the citizens of Argos started the cult of Hades and took Andromeda against the king's wishes. Perseus returns to Argos, but Hades sends Harpies to stop him. Perseus defeats the creature sent by Hades and uses Medusa's head to turn the Kraken into stone. Cepheus is killed by the cult leader and the Kraken is crushed. Perseus replies that Hades may live forever, but he will not be in the human world, and uses his sword to banish Hades to the underworld. Zeus appears before Perseus again and offers to make him a god, but he refuses a second time. Zeus warns Perseus that if he fears humanity enough, Hades will return to rule the world in the darkness. Perseus intends to stay on Earth, so Pegasus flies overhead. While there, Zeus revives Io and the two embrace.